Happy Sunday, guys. Thanks so much for joining us on my vlog today. So today we are going to talk about dream stealers. And, when you're going for your goals and your dreams in life, you're going to come across opposition. And so today I want to explore more of our friend Nephi, who's been asked to build this ship by the Lord. And this is a story in the Book of Mormon. And we're going to find out what kind of dream stealers he comes across and how we can help prepare ourselves against our dream stealers by examining the kind of dream stealers that he has. So once again, we're in the Book of Mormon, and this is 1 Nephi chapter 17. And let me just pull that up here. We are in we're going to start with verse 17. And it says, "And when my brethren saw that I was about to build a ship, they began to murmur against me, saying, Our brother is a fool, for he thinketh that he can build a ship. Yea, and he also thinketh that he can cross these great waters." I'm going to stop there for a second. Basically, they're saying, why would our brother think that he can build a ship when he's never done this before? He is such a fool. And at that time, I'm sure that there were more people who thought that. But Nephi was an innovator, and he was able to do this, end of the story, spoiler here, just like we're able to achieve our goals and dreams when people don't think that we can. So verse 18 goes on and says, "And thus my brethren did complain against me, and were desirous that they might not labor." So they were probably thinking, oh great, he's going to try and get me to help. "For they did not believe that I could build a ship, neither would they believe that I was instructed of the Lord." So let's go back to Nephi's why. Why is he building this ship? One, it's because the Lord asked him to build it. I mean, when Heavenly Father tells you to do something, it's a good idea to do it. And Nephi is, of course, very obedient. And so he is building the ship for the Lord because he asked him to. But he also understands a greater purpose. Earlier, we learned that the Lord had told him why he was building the ship, and that was to bring the people across to the promised land. So the thing is that Nephi really believes in his purpose, his why. But Laman and Lemuel, they don't. It says that they did not believe that I was instructed of the Lord. So sometimes when we reach our dream stealers, whether they're our inner dream stealers, like the thoughts in our head saying that we can't do it, or our external dream stealers, such as people around us, friends, family, acquaintances, whoever, sometimes we just don't see eye to eye. They don't see what we're trying to do, and that's okay. We have to be okay with that. I know that when I first got started with my network marketing company, I ran to my family so excited about this great opportunity, and I'm going to become a millionaire, and I just can't wait, and I really want to bring you guys with me. And needless to say, it was not taken very well, and that's because I've had some past experiences in my family where my family didn't do, they tried different companies, and it wasn't as successful as we wanted it to be. And so, my family very much was concerned about me. And that's the thing about dream stealers, is that I think 99% of the time they are not trying to hurt us, even though it can come off that way. I know I was really hurt when I got that response, but I had to think about it from their standpoint and the fact that they really just care about me. And because it's different and they don't see what I see about it, they're automatically resistant to it, and that's okay. They don't have to be, our dream stealers don't have to love it as much as we do. They don't have to see the vision. They just need to respect us to do so, and we just need to make sure that we're not letting it stop us. So we know that there's a difference of opinion here in verse 18, but verse 19, it goes on and says, "And now it came to pass that I, Nephi, was exceedingly sorrowful because of the hardness of their hearts," which it does make us sad. It would be nice if everybody saw it the way that we did, but it's not going to happen. "And now when they saw that I began to be sorrowful, they were glad in their hearts, insomuch that they did rejoice over me, saying, We knew that ye could not build a ship, for we knew that ye were lacking in judgment. Wherefore thou canst not accomplish so great a work. When I tell people very sparingly, because I know it sounds crazy, but that I want to become a millionaire with this company, I think the things that run through people's mind are, okay, she's definitely lacking in judgment, for, to use the scriptural verse here. How can she think that she can accomplish so great a work? It's so interesting that people just kind of resist things that are different to them, and that's okay. But the thing that really we need to watch out for here is in verse 20, and it says, "And thou art like unto our father, led away by the foolish imaginations of his heart." So let's talk about who this father is that they're talking about, and that's Lehi. And not only is he their father, but he's also the prophet. And he is, as they say, led away by the foolish imaginations of his heart, which really is another word for he has a vision and he's going after that. And because he's going after that, it makes him seem a little strange because, he's saying that the Lord has told him to do this. And people could watch this vlog and say the same thing about me, is that she thinks that Heavenly Father has told her to become a millionaire with a network marketing company, which sounds absolutely crazy. But what I've learned is that it's the crazy ones who change the world. Steve Jobs, you think of him, and he is perfect at the whole foolish imaginations thing. If people didn't think that he could do it, he would do it anyway. And he became this visionary and this leader, and it became a good thing in our society. And at the time of Nephi, maybe it wasn't such a good thing because it was so different. But that's the thing, is that people who go after their goals and dreams, well, we better get used to being called different, because the crowd in general, they don't. And that's really sad. But, for us to go after those things that Heavenly Father has put in our hearts, that's okay. And that's okay to be different. But we know we're going to have some opposition, like we've said before. So these are things that we need to watch out for. And verse 20 is specifically where Laman and Lemuel are essentially, referencing him or comparing him to his father. I bet that hurt Nephi. It's like, oh man, I believe so much in my father and what he's doing, and I know that you guys don't, Laman and Lemuel, but how could you say that about him, and how could you compare him to me? Sometimes our dream stealers, and I would really say it's the adversary that helps to attack this way, they hit us where it hurts. And with him, I'm sure, and we know from the scriptures that Nephi is very much a family person, that hurt. And that's okay. We're going to take some hits as we go along this road. But the thing is that with all these things that our dream stealers can do to us, of helping us to go along the path of doubt and saying, how in the world are you going to do this? And then you're like, oh, wow, how am I going to do this? If they get us to question and to doubt and to really get into our minds, that's where the damage can come from. It's not that they have a difference of opinion. It's when we let them get into our minds and take over our thoughts and get us to stop going after our goals and dreams. So my question for you tonight is, are you letting your dream stealers get to you? Are you letting them stop you from going after your goals and dreams? And if you are, even just in the slightest, how can you recognize that and make that change? Because it's okay to be different. And that's the whole point of going after that, because if everybody went after it, it wouldn't have as much glory behind it, right? There wouldn't be as many millionaires in the world. But really consider that. Are you letting your dream stealers affect how you go after your goals and dreams? Thanks, guys, so much for taking time to spend with me tonight, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.